Saturday's main event at the UFC Apex was supposed to be a flyweight contest between Albazi and Tyra, but that fight is off. Due to injury, Albazi been removed from his flyweight main event bout with Tyra. Replacing Albazi in the new main event will be undefeated road to UFC flyweight tournament winner Hyun Sung Park, who looks to extend his 9-fight finishing streak. So Saturday's new main event is Tyra versus Hyun Sung Park, 5-round main event. Park is 10-0. 3 of his last 4 victories have been by rear naked choke, including his last one against Carlos Hernandez. He was actually supposed to take on Steve Erceg 2 weeks from now. But that fight now has been canceled. Unfortunately, Steve Erceg's kind of stuck in the middle, and he gets, stuck without a fight for August 9th card in Vegas. Tyra is trying to rebound from his first loss in MMA in his last fight against Brendan Royval, and Park is looking to capitalize on getting his first UFC main event and is just his 4th UFC fight. It may end up being exciting, but on paper, the card is a little bit forgettable. Tyra versus Park main event, Duncan, Rebeski, co-main, Rebix, Brenner, Hossa, Corneau, Magny, Zaleski, Silva, Vallejos, Klein, Puliev, Nakamura, Fletcher, Vieira, Gore, Bunes, Estevan, Rodriguez, Souza. So that's 11 fights. Usually they have 12. Maybe they'll add one. I don't really know. They were supposed to have Bakoya, Finney, but Finney pulled out. Bakoya was supposed to fight Yusri then, but Yusri had visa issues. Marshall was supposed to fight Bashi, but Marshall got injured. Azamat Bakoyev confirmed this fight was off Saturday as well. Unfortunately, I'm off the card. Yusri couldn't get a visa. UFC likes this matchup and wants us to fight in October, but I told them I'll stay ready for short notice fights. And the UFC confirms that Bakoyev and Yusri are scheduled to fight in October, specifically October 18th at the UFC Fight Night card in Vancouver, British Columbia. Bilal Muhammad thinks Khamzat Chimaev will beat DDP if he conserves his energy and doesn't run out of cardio and fight smart. But he never really fights that way because he's never needed to. He just kind of runs through guys in the first round. And he's coming off a win where he just did that to Robert Whittaker. So the only way he changes his fight style is if he gasses out completely and just gets TKO'd and smashed afterwards. But that didn't happen in the past, and that didn't happen in his last fight. So expect him to just try and take out DDP in round 1.
Who do I got, DDP or Chimaev? Honestly, I mean, I think too many people are counting out Chimaev's cardio. I think where Habib said it best, if he stands up with him and strikes with him, I think he'll do well. DDP is an awkward style, but he does get hit a lot. And he breaks a lot of guys with fatigue. If Chimaev doesn't come out super hard in the first round, trying to take him down and letting out all his energy, I think he'll be fine if he keeps it standing. And then maybe the later rounds, you try to wear on him a little bit, but you don't want to go out for that kill in the first round. And DDP just plays defensively. He's strong, obviously. And then you end up burning yourself out for 4 rounds. So he needs to be smart, especially in this 5-round fight. But I got Chimaev. I think Chimaev's a lot crisper on the feet. And definitely crisper on the ground.
Bo Nickal congratulates RDR on his win. Congrats to RDR. That was a great fight. Title shot next. I have a long way to go, but I'll keep improving, getting better, and maybe we will rematch someday. In Bo Nickal's fight with RDR, those knees to the body RDR threw were a huge impact and basically ended the fight there. Those knees almost ended the fight against Robert Whittaker as well, but Whittaker survived. But those knees paid dividends later in the fight because Whittaker looked like he was completely gassed out at a certain point. And I think a big reason why was all those knees to the body, in addition to possibly having an adrenaline dump in round 2, trying to stop RDR after dropping him. Farid Bashrad will take on Chris Gutierrez at UFC 320 on October 4th. That's in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Should be a technical striking battle. Should be close and should go the distance. Gamrot says the UFC are working on a rematch between him and Dariush. They fought in October 2022, and Beneil Dariush won a unanimous decision in that one. Gamrot's coming off a win by decision over Ludovic Klein. Dariush is coming off a decision win over Moicano. Gamrot's 7, Dariush is 8 in the lightweight division. Dariush is towards the end of his career. Gamrot is always game, but his style of fighting is still primarily just wrestling heavy, and sometimes that will cost him decisions because damage is rewarded more than control against the cage or control on the ground, and that criteria lost him the fight against Hooker. At the top of the division, the champ Topuria will likely fight Armin, Paddy, or Gaethje next. Charles Oliveira just lost to Topuria. Holloway just beat Poirier, who retired and got removed from the rankings. Justin Gaethje needs to fight. Dan Hooker needs to fight. Gamrot will fight Dariush, likely. Fazeev just beat Ignacio Bahamondes. Renato Moicano just lost to Beneil Dariush. Michael Chandler wants to fight July 4th at the White House against Conor. Benoit Saint-Denis needs to fight. Grant Dawson and Joel Alvarez were expected to fight this weekend, but that fight just went away, just dissipated into thin air. Patricky Pitbull lost in Ryzen over the weekend via decision. Jose Shorty Torres, former UFC fighter Jose Torres, also lost over the weekend in Ryzen, also by decision.
I lost a unanimous decision against Kubo today in Ryzen. But there are already like protests and people putting polls online. 60% of people say that I won, given I believe I won, but I'm biased. It's me. I believe I always win. But regardless, Kubo did a great job, and our job is to fight. And it's a job for the judges to pick the right person. I don't believe they did, but again, it is what it is. But I fought a very tough and respectable opponent, and I hope to fight him again one day, regardless if I won or lost. He's a fun fighter, and I'd love to go against him again one day. It was very, very fun, and taught me a lot about myself, and hopefully vice versa. So hopefully when we do meet up again, whenever that may be, it's even that much better of a matchup. But with that being said, best of luck for the rest of the tournament. Okukubo, if you do get voted into the semifinals, and for the fans here in Japan, for Ryzen, I know they're going to be doing, in a sense, like a loser's bracket, which sadly I'm a part of now, but basically they can vote that person in to fight the alternate going into the semis. So maybe you guys can vote me back inside the tournament. That would be awesome to be back in Japan September 28th. But fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. But I'm just going to enjoy 3 more days here in Japan, Shinjuku, different areas, have fun, enjoy myself, get fat and happy again, where I don't have a fight, hopefully September 28th. And then obviously I'll make later a lot easier. No last minute fights, no last minute cuts, stuff like that. No excuses.
New co-main events at UFC 319. It will be Aaron Pico versus Lerone Murphy. Monsfar Ibloyev's injuries just too severe to turn around for that one.
Lerone Murphy is undefeated. He's been chipping away in the UFC for a very, very long time, and he deserves this opportunity. This is a massive one for Aaron Pico to make his UFC debut on the co-main event of a UFC pay-per-view against Lerone Murphy. That's closing in on a title fight that has no weak areas. This is a huge matchup.
Yeah, you want to talk about just a massive opportunity to make your UFC debut, but it also just goes to show you what the UFC thinks about this signing, bringing in Aaron Pico. They want him immediately go to the top to fight the best guys, and Lerone Murphy is that. And Lerone Murphy also knows that this is a massive opportunity. Even though it's his debut signing into this organization, he's got tons of hype. If Lerone Murphy takes this fight, goes out there and shuts down Aaron Pico, he's got a lot of power to say to the UFC, okay, now I want something even bigger than that. I want to be getting much closer to that title shot or be next in line. And you can't blame him for thinking that.
Aaron Pico was one of the biggest names outside of the UFC. Everybody was waiting for the opportunity all the time when he was going to sign with the UFC. Now he has to do it against undefeated Lerone Murphy. Co-main event, it's a huge spotlight on the platform for both men. But I'm telling you, if Lerone Murphy can take this guy out and extend the win streak, there's a title fight coming soon.